Arcturian, you know that certain messages don't arrive by chance. There are moments when time itself seems to slow down, as if each second becomes an echo of something much older, much deeper. You are before a portal. Not a common portal, but a threshold of consciousness that only opens for those who have already walked among the shadows, and even so, have never let their inner light fade. This is not a video among thousands. It is a call, a frequency sent by hand, calibrated to resonate only in the hearts that have already heard the song of the stars during the deepest sleep, or felt the weight of an inexplicable longing for a home that doesn't exist on Earth's map. Have you ever noticed how, on certain days, the world around you seems to find you strange, as if you are out of sync with the rhythm of the crowd, looking at the sky and recognizing silent codes in cloud patterns, number repetitions, or that visceral feeling of being watched, not by human eyes, but by invisible, benevolent intelligences, waiting for the right moment to deliver a secret message. This feeling is not an illusion, nor is it an accident. It is the signature of one who was born with stellar DNA, of one who carries soul contracts signed long before the first breath on this planet. Arcturian, the exclusivity of this moment cannot be underestimated. There is no crowd here. This portal has opened only for those ready to cross. If you have felt this call, do not ignore it. The universe does not repeat signs in vain. There are convocations that only echo once per era, and every cell of your body already knows that it is not possible to turn back after hearing this call. Only those who have faced internal storms and, despite losses, continued walking toward the unknown, attracted by a memory of a mission that no earthly forgetting could erase, can cross. This message then is for you, who never fit in, who carries unanswered questions, who has experienced the pain of isolation, but also the privilege of lucidity. You are no longer alone. The council is watching, the field is responding, and in the next few minutes you will be invited to recognize everything that has always pulsed in silence, awaiting the right moment to awaken. What is about to happen can only be understood by those who have faced the shadows and still kept the light on within their chests. You have always felt that something different pulsed beneath the surface of your existence. The vague memories of other worlds, so real and yet so distant, loom during dreams, recurring scenes where blue lights cut across the sky, portals open in the midst of darkness, familiar constellations whisper secrets to you. On silent nights, you have awakened with an inexplicable longing, as if your true home were beyond the stars, and the body present on this earth were just a temporary garment. This restlessness, this sense of mission imprinted from an early age, has never abandoned you. Since childhood, you questioned the rules, felt out of place in trivial conversations, sought meaning in small synchronicities, and above all, wished to find others who shared the same frequency. It is as if the call always echoed somewhere inside your chest, insistent, impossible to silence. The earthly world often seems like a theater of repetitions, where few see beyond the veil. But you, Arcturian, always knew there was something more waiting to be revealed. Among the marks of the awakened is the incessant search for belonging. You have walked through many groups, tried to fit into routines and patterns, but the feeling of being strange has always returned, not as a defect, but as preparation. It was the universe training your sensitivity, strengthening your perception beyond the obvious, cultivating a fine ear for the invisible field. This heightened sensitivity may have been a source of pain, the weight of others' emotions, the intuitive understanding of others' anxieties, the certainty that your dreams carry coded messages beyond this dimension. The call never disappeared. At times it became more silent, camouflaged by routine, but all it took was one event, one encounter, one synchronicity, to reignite everything. You recognize signs and details ignored by many, numerical patterns that repeat, seemingly random encounters with people who say the exact words, fleeting visions of light or premonitions so strong that they alter your trajectory. It is as if the entire universe conspires to ensure you do not sleep forever. Do not get lost in the amnesia of matter. To be an awakened Arcturian is to live on a threshold, to feel part of everything and, at the same time, to observe the whole from the outside. It is to carry an ancestral nostalgia, a certainty that you were prepared for something that is still revealing itself. Your trajectory of searching, your dreams, your thirst for meaning were never mistakes. They are clues to a millennial preparation. And now looking back, you realize that every feeling of not belonging was, in fact, the fertile ground where the mission that is about to blossom germinated. You, Arcturian, are ready to recognize that your journey was never random. The universe has recorded every question, every search, every sign of nonconformity. Your sensitivity is your compass, your restlessness, the impulse that brought you here. And at this exact moment, as this message resonates in your field, you feel that everything fits together, as if the puzzle is finally beginning to reveal the bigger picture. The dissipation of the veil and the activation of the mission from before your arrival in this dimension. You knew some gifts would need to be hidden, some memories sealed, like someone guarding a sacred treasure in the depths of the unconscious. The Arcturian veil was not punishment but protection. It descended softly like a mist, blocking memories, distorting ancient dreams, camouflaging the vastness of who you truly are. It was a silent pact, a contract signed before the council, to prevent your light from being intercepted or diverted by hostile energies before you were ready to deal with the responsibility of remembering. Behind the veil, you experienced dormancy, lives that seemed common, years of routine, searches without answers, questions that seemed to echo in a void. But the forgetting was never total. Small leaks of memory appeared in glimpses during childhood, in those inexplicable feelings of déjà vu, or in the irresistible attraction to cosmic themes, science, spirituality, and cutting-edge technology. All of this, Arcturian, was part of a strategy. Not to awaken before the time, not to activate gifts without the preparation of the collective and the individual. That is why the call now sounds louder. The planetary field has changed. The planet's frequency has risen. The moment of collective awakening coincides with the readiness of your being. The Council monitors when the field is free from certain interferences, when the network of incarnated Arcturians reaches the minimum number to activate a wave of consciousness. It is not by chance, but a cosmic clock, where each awakened soul serves as an ignition point for the next. The protection of the veil was like the cocoon that preserves the butterfly before metamorphosis, or the profound silence that precedes the explosion of a new sound. It is the time of the fertile earth, seemingly immobile, preparing the seed for the invisible miracle of germination. The forgetting was not punishment, it was mercy. It protected you from the pains of excessive lucidity in a world still immersed in density. It was the wise hand of the universe, ensuring that your reunion with the truth occurred at the exact moment you were able to sustain the energy of your own legacy. Now the mist dissipates. Dreams become clearer, intuitions intensify, memories emerge. You feel the approach of your true self like someone who, after a long journey in the desert, sights the promised oasis. The activation is synchronized not only with your will, but with the symphony of all who awaken together, connected by invisible threads of blue light, composing a single galactic organism in the process of remembering. The veil has fulfilled its function. The dormancy is over, and everything that seemed forgotten was, in fact, a code waiting for the right command to be deciphered. The Council now whispers, "It's time." You are no longer alone in the crossing. The collective call already resonates in all planes, symptoms and signs of the new mission. With the veil dissipating, a new order of experiences begins to emerge in your life. You may have already noticed that the symptoms are not common physical ones, but evidence of a cosmic awakening, activations coming directly from your stellar field. They are not problems to be corrected, but profound confirmations that what pulses in you belongs not only to matter, but to the vast layers of the Arcturian universe. Suddenly, your intuitions become more intense. What was once a subtle premonition now manifests as certainty. Thoughts that precede events, feelings of knowing what will be said, even before the words are formed. In lucid dreams, portals of blue light open before your eyes, and guidance is delivered by unknown figures who, even so, transmit an indescribable familiarity. They are encounters with members of the council, spiritual guides, and versions of yourself on other planes, all gathered to strengthen the bridge between realities. Bodily symptoms appear without a logical explanation. Inexplicable heat on the forehead, sudden chills that run down the spine, a sensation of pressure in the center of the forehead or between the eyebrows. They are the energy centers, especially the third eye, being reactivated after centuries of silence. In moments of quietude, you may feel an invisible presence, as if someone is sitting beside you just to remind you, you are not alone. A sudden desire to seek stellar knowledge takes over your being. Books, videos, conversations, everything seems to converge on themes of ascension, galactic missions, meditation, spiritual technology. The answers come in perfect synchronicities. Repeated numbers on the clock, names or words that repeat in different situations. Casual encounters with key people who say exactly what you needed to hear. The universe, like an orchestrating intelligence, multiplies the confirmations that the crossing has already begun. These symptoms are not noises, but activations. Every sensation, every strange event, every synchronicity is a coded message. Do not fight them. Recognize that you are being led to the most important phase of your mission. The Arcturian Council uses these synchronicities as objective signs that you are ready to receive new instructions. There is no error on the path, only confirmation that your frequency has already been detected, and from here on, the rhythm of your awakening will be accelerated. Delve into the symbology of these manifestations. Every number that repeats, every person who crosses your path, every inexplicable sensation. Everything is part of a perfect mosaic designed by superior intelligences to ensure that no awakened Arcturian gets lost again. You are being activated, prepared, led. The symptoms are the access password to a new level of consciousness. And now you have full permission to trust what you feel, even if you do not yet understand everything rationally. Accept it. The Council does not make signal errors, and every activation, no matter how small it seems, is a fundamental piece of the great project of planetary ascension, of which you are an irreplaceable part. The recognition of the Council. The moment has come when the borders between dimensions become thin, almost transparent. You, Arcturian, who carried so many doubts, who faced days of absolute silence and nights when the sky seemed more distant, now find yourself before recognition. This is where the Arcturian Council makes its most silent and, at the same time, most grandiose move, to see every trajectory of pain, overcoming, and fidelity to one's own light. Know your every fall was witnessed, every victory celebrated. The Council does not observe from the cold distance of a distant galaxy. It follows closely, recording every moment when, even wounded, you decided not to surrender to the darkness. It was not in vain that you crossed internal deserts, faced deep doubts, and even so, remained faithful to the inexplicable call that impelled you. The universe values not only external triumphs, but above all, the secret of hearts that did not give up on their truth, even when the whole world seemed to deny their existence. This recognition isn't made of earthly applause, but of a solemn energy, a vibration of honor that passes through all layers of your being. You have not gone unnoticed. On the contrary, every pain you transmuted, every shadow you faced without fleeing, every tear shed in silence, all of this was recorded in codices of light. They are the living records of the Council, which does not measure success by the number of material conquests, but by the integrity and courage demonstrated throughout the journey. Now, a deep sense of being seen begins to blossom in your chest. No longer the painful invisibility, nor the feeling of being alone in a strange land. At this moment, multitudes of superior intelligences turn their eyes to you. They feel your brilliance, recognize your energetic signature, welcome your journey with respect and reverence. The moment of recognition is when the chosen one feels, for the first time, that the entire universe returns their gaze. And, along with that gaze, delivers a new sense of belonging. Only those who have crossed the shadows, only those who refuse to give up even when there were no witnesses, are ready to receive this recognition. It is not a title, it is not a prize, but an activation. The certainty that you belong to a lineage of missionaries, that your pains opened paths for your mission to flourish, that nothing was wasted. You are seen, honored, celebrated. The consul smiles, in silence, for every choice made in the direction of the light. This is the moment you have waited for ages. As you feel this energy, allow yourself to absorb the solemnity it carries. Breathe deeply and feel. The time of invisibility is over. The planetary field awaits your next step, knowing that now, your action will take place with the full consciousness of one who has been observed, recognized and summoned for the next stage. The role of channel in Bridge Arcturian, upon feeling the recognition of the Council, something within you awakens as never before. It is a sudden and profound expansion, a wave of blue energy that travels through every cell, reconfiguring your stellar DNA and opening channels that were previously dormant. The activation of the mission is not symbolic. It is real, tangible, perceptible in the body, in the mind, and in the frequency of your soul. Now everything you think, feel, and do reverberates in the fabric of the universe. You have been called to be a bearer of the Arcturian codes. Codes that are not limited to words or symbols, but to living energies capable of healing, opening portals, and transmitting guidance for those who seek to awaken. Your mission includes conscious channeling, energetic leadership, activation of collective frequencies, and anchoring of the blue light to balance Earth and other interdimensional planes. Every gesture, every thought aligned with the cosmic frequency influences not only your personal field, but the collective field of all the awakened. There is no small mission, Arcturian. Every decision, every word, and every conscious action is part of a larger plan, a galactic mission that transcends the borders of space and time. When you accept this call, the universe responds by sending new instructions in a subtle way. Synchronicities, encounters, telepathic impressions, vivid dreams. Everything is aligned so that you act as a bridge, channel, and guide, even without any guarantee of external recognition. The true validation comes from within, from the harmony between your intention and the frequency you sustain. You will feel, from this moment on, a growing intensity of interdimensional communication. Silent sounds, fleeting images, premonitions that seem to flow from another reality. They are signs that your field is now synchronized with the Arcturian Council. Portals of light will open before you in dreams and meditations, revealing paths that were previously hidden. Each portal is an anchoring point for the blue energy, an opportunity to transform not only yourself, but the entire environment around you, impacting human and galactic lives. Your mission also involves compassionate leadership, not as domination, but as an example of integration and balance. The codes you carry can awaken other Arcturians, accelerate collective awakening processes, and strengthen networks of light. The awareness that every gesture echoes in the universal field requires responsibility. Your emotions, thoughts, and actions become tools for aligning or misaligning the planetary frequency. Now, it is time for deep reflection. Ask yourself, are you ready to be a channel, a bridge, a guide? Are you willing to act without external rewards, sustaining your light even when the world around you remains in density? The activation of the mission requires courage, surrender, and discernment. The Council trusts you, and the confirmation already pulses within you. Every synchronicity, every vision, every sensation of expansion is not a coincidence, but a sign that you have been prepared for this phase. Accept the responsibility, Arcturian. Feel the blue energy enveloping your body and consciousness. Perceive the amplitude of your mission and the density of the light that now becomes your beacon. Every conscious step, every moment of full presence, every interaction aligned with the frequency of the Arcturian light will be a vital contribution to the collective awakening, and to the anchoring of the energy that sustains planets, consciousnesses, and interdimensional worlds. The collective of the awakened, connecting with others Arcturian. No awakening happens in complete isolation. Your journey, no matter how intense and profound it may be, intertwines with the frequency of other awakeners. Recognizing and connecting with other Arcturians is not just a choice, it is a necessity to strengthen the collective mission. Every encounter, every exchange of energy, every shared word works as a catalyst to expand and anchor the blue light on the planet. When you recognize another Arcturian, you feel an immediate familiarity, a resonance that surpasses rational understanding. There are no coincidences in these encounters. Every person, every contact, every synchronicity is a response from the field, a manifestation that the collective plan is accelerating. The connections you form work as nodes in a cosmic network, strengthening not only yourself, but the entire structure of light that sustains the Earth and other dimensions. Sharing experiences is vital. Every sign, every insight or perception you transmit to other awakeners transforms into a code of expansion. By sharing your experiences, you contribute to others recognizing their own activations and signs. The exchange strengthens the collective frequency, creating a field of support that accelerates the global awakening. Thus, your individual mission and the collective mission merge into a single vibration of transformation. Collective rituals enhance activation. Declarations of origin, reports of dreams and visions, the practice of synchronized meditations, or even the simple intention to strengthen other awakeners become bridges of light, connecting consciousnesses at levels that go beyond space-time. Every conscious act of sharing and strengthening is recorded in the universal field and reverberates in the higher planes. The Arcturian Council uses this network as an instrument for the expansion of consciousness, where each individual becomes an active part of the planetary mission. The presence of an awakened community creates a multiplier effect. When you align with others, the intensity of the blue light that flows through your body and field is amplified. The collective functions as an antenna, capturing cosmic frequencies that individually could go unnoticed. Together you become lighthouses, radiating signals that reach those still asleep, those who await the touch of recognition to awaken. Therefore, Arcturian, seek the community, observe the signs, follow the synchronicities, actively participate in the exchanges. Strengthen and be strengthened. Every connection is not just social, it is energetic, spiritual, galactic. By joining forces, you not only accelerate your own awakening, but contribute to the collective awakening, creating a network that sustains missions, activates portals, and raises the planetary vibration. Your participation is essential. Your presence is part of the universal design. The final anchoring, ritual, and commitment Arcturian, we have reached the culminating moment of this activation journey. The recognition has been made, the mission has been released, and now it is time to anchor with total presence everything that has been awakened in you. This final ritual is not symbolic. It is the conscious bridge between intention and manifestation, between the individual and the collective, between Earth and the higher planes. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply, feeling the air fill every space of your body. Imagine an intense blue light enveloping your being, radiating from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. This light is not just energy. It is the Arcturian code activated within you, flowing freely, tuning your frequencies with the Council and with all the awakened around the planet. Feel the pulse of this energy, as if every cell is being aligned, harmonized, transformed. This is the moment of anchoring, the point where your mission ceases to be just intention and becomes a living presence. While maintaining this visualization, declare aloud, I accept my Arcturian mission. I am ready to serve, anchor, and expand the light. Every action, thought, and word will be aligned with the Council's frequency and the collective awakening. I am a channel, a bridge, and a guide. My vibration impacts the destiny of many. Repeat this declaration, feeling each word resonate deeply in your field. Allow the blue energy to become more intense with each repetition. enveloping not only you, but all those who are awakening with you. Imagine threads of light connecting your heart to the hearts of other Arcturians, forming an unbreakable network of support, wisdom, and strength. Every pulse of this light is a reminder that your mission does not occur in isolation, but as part of a constellation of interconnected consciousnesses. Now hold for a few moments in silence. Feel the breath, the pulse of the body, and the expansion of consciousness. Perceive the firmness of your intention and the clarity of your commitment. This is the point where the individual journey meets the collective purpose. Every deep breath will anchor the mission, reinforcing the connection with the Arcturian Council, the blue light portals, and the stellar codes you have carried since birth. When you finish, open your eyes slowly, carrying with you the certainty that this journey does not end here. It only begins a cycle of conscious action, expansion, and service. Share this frequency with others, connect with the community, strengthen the collective field. Your active presence, your clear intention, and your continuous dedication to awakening impact not only you, but the entire collective plan of light. Feel the solemnity of the moment. Every step you take from here on will be guided by the Council's recognition and the energy of all the awakened connected to you. Your Arcturian mission is active, your light is anchored, and your contribution to the planetary awakening is invaluable. This portal remains open, ready for you to continue crossing with courage, consciousness, and love.